Hey everyone, let's just jump right into today's explainer. Today, we're breaking down some absolutely crucial insights from licensed clinical psychologist Dr. Sonia. We're going to look at exactly how to recognize the subtle yet incredibly dangerous signs of an emotionally abusive relationship. To keep this complex and really sensitive topic as clear as possible, we've broken it down into 5 quick parts: defining emotional abuse, control and mind games, isolation and financial traps, threats and shifting blame, and finally, seeking professional help. All right, let's get into it. Part 1, defining emotional abuse and really learning how to evaluate those early warning signs. Which brings us right to Part 2, control and mind games, and how abusers slowly strip away your independence. If you're stuck in that awful gray area wondering, should I stay or should I go? Dr. Sonia makes a brilliant distinction here. There is a massive fundamental difference between someone having genuine concern for you and someone who just desperately needs to control you. Concern, well, that's just caring about your well-being. But control, that's demanding to see your phone, tracking where you are, and literally dictating who you can hang out with. If someone constantly feels the need to oversee your every single move, well, that isn't love, that is control. And that bleeds right into a really dangerous mind game that you've probably heard of, gaslighting. This is when an abusive partner will flat out deny saying something incredibly cruel. I mean, looking you dead in the eye and saying, "I never said that, you're literally acting crazy." The whole point of this is to keep you entirely off balance. So if you find yourself constantly second-guessing your own memory because your partner is always rewriting history, I promise you it's not just in your head. That is a highly calculated strategy to make you doubt your own reality. Moving right along to Part 3, isolation and financial traps. Because the thing is, control almost never stops at just mind games. It usually escalates into real, tangible restrictions. A glaring red flag here is being completely shut out of important family decisions. Think about it. In a healthy long-term partnership, you make choices together, right? By purposely keeping you in the dark, the abuser is hoarding all the power. They want you feeling deeply isolated and totally stripped of having an active voice in your own life. And it gets worse when it comes to money. Did you know financial abuse happens in something like 99% of domestic violence cases? It's staggering. And it usually happens step by step, kind of like a trap closing in. First, they might just start taking the money you make. Then they put you on this tiny, humiliating allowance. And before you know it, they are monitoring every single penny you spend. Why do they do this? It's simple. An abuser strips away your resources for one specific reason: to absolutely guarantee that you cannot afford to pack up and leave. Let's look at Part 4, threats and shifting blame. Alongside all that control, abusers use coercion like a weapon. They love to throw around threats of divorce or threaten to just pack up and leave you altogether, but pay close attention to exactly when they drop these threats. It's almost always the moment you try to set a healthy boundary or stand up for yourself or even just say you don't like how they're treating you. These extreme threats, they're deployed specifically to punish and silence you anytime you dare to advocate for your own basic emotional needs. Dr. Sonia really hits the nail on the head with this one. She says instead of taking responsibility for their own actions, they will say that somehow you were the cause of that behavior. It is so incredibly manipulative. An abuser will do something just exceptionally cruel, and then in a split second, they'll twist the whole narrative so you are the one left feeling guilty and apologizing to them. They literally make their bad behavior your fault. So I want to take a quick pause here. Does any of this sound familiar to you? Take just a second to really let these signs sink in. Ask yourself, are you seeing these tactics in your own relationship? Or maybe in the relationship of a friend or family member you really care about? Actually recognizing the pattern is the absolutely necessary first step to breaking it. Which brings us to our final section, Part 5, seeking professional help, because you do not have to do this alone. Listen, if you are recognizing these patterns, the absolute most important takeaway from this explainer today is that you don't have to figure this out by yourself. Professional support is out there, and it adapts entirely to what you need, regardless of your ultimate decision. Look at it this way. If you choose to stay, counselors can help you build and enforce ironclad boundaries. And if you choose to leave, they are right there to help you process all those intense emotions and safely navigate an exit. Reaching out to a licensed counselor just gives you that expert backup you need to safely figure out your next moves. So, as we wrap things up, I want to leave you with one vital question to reflect on. What is your very next step toward reclaiming your own reality? If someone is out there actively trying to distort your truth, control your life, and cut you off from the world, Are you going to take that crucial first step today and reach out for the professional help you absolutely deserve? Thank you so much for walking through this explainer with me. Take care of yourselves and always trust your reality.